Success is not final, failure is not fatal. Life is like an endless road winding through hills and valleys, sunshine and storms. Along this road, we all experience moments of triumph and times of failure. But one of the biggest mistakes people make is believing that success is permanent and failure is the end. In reality, both are just temporary. Many people see success as a destination, something to achieve once and for all. They think that once they've made it, they can relax, as if life will automatically remain perfect forever. But success is never final. If you stop improving, stop learning, and stop working hard, success will slip away. Just like a river that keeps flowing, life demands continuous effort. On the other hand, failure is often seen as a disaster, something to be feared and avoided at all costs. People worry that one mistake, one wrong step, or one loss will ruin everything. But failure is not fatal. It does not define you unless you allow it to. In fact, failure is often the best teacher. It shows us where we went wrong, teaches us resilience, and forces us to grow stronger. The stories of great achievers. History is full of examples of people who faced failure but refused to give up. Thomas Edison failed thousands of times before successfully inventing the light bulb. When asked about his failures, he famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." He saw failure not as an endpoint but as a necessary part of the journey toward success. Michael Jordan, one of the greatest basketball players of all time, was cut from his high school team. Instead of giving up, he used that failure as motivation to work even harder. He later said, "I have failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed." J.K. Rowling, the author of Harry Potter, was rejected by 12 publishers before finally getting her big break. Imagine if she had stopped after the first rejection. These stories teach us that every failure carries a lesson and every success requires continued effort. Why success is not final. Success can be dangerous if it makes you complacent. Many companies, athletes, and individuals fail not because they never succeeded, but because they stopped evolving after success. Consider once great businesses that disappeared because they failed to innovate. Blockbuster was once a giant in the video rental industry, but it refused to adapt to streaming services like Netflix. Success blinded them, and eventually they failed. In contrast, companies like Apple and Amazon continue to evolve. They never assume they have reached their peak. They keep improving, learning, and growing. That's the key to long-term success. The same principle applies to individuals. Just because you graduate from a top university or land your dream job doesn't mean you've made it. You have to keep proving yourself, keep growing, and keep pushing forward. Why failure is not fatal. Failure is painful, but it is also temporary. The only time failure becomes permanent is when you quit. The most successful people in the world are not the ones who never failed. They are the ones who never gave up. If you fail, take a moment to reflect. Ask yourself, what did I learn from this? How can I improve? What will I do differently next time? Instead of feeling defeated, use failure as fuel to come back stronger. Every mistake brings you closer to success, as long as you keep going. The power of resilience. The most important trait in life is resilience, the ability to get back up after falling. It's easy to keep moving forward when things are going well, but true strength is shown when you rise after a setback. Success and failure are just moments in the bigger journey of life. They do not define you. What defines you is your ability to keep going despite the highs and lows. So whether you are at a peak or in a valley right now, remember this. If you're succeeding, stay humble, stay hungry, and keep growing. If you failed, stand up, learn from it, and try again. Because in the end, success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts.